I should have done that, but I didn't want you to worry. I was pretty busy, you know, with one thing and another.
We didn't even know where to start looking for you. Do you realize that the Bureau of Missing Persons is not even listed in the phone book? I thought it came under the FBI. Anyway, by accident, Wilma happened to run into Erica's sister-in-law at the supermarket yesterday, and she mentioned that Erica had come back with the baby and all that.
Who's that?
Erica's sister-in-law. So we put two and two together. It's the last place in the world we figured to find you, Pop.
You take cream, Gerald?
No, I don't take cream, Pop.
Oh, yes. Wilma?
No, Pop.
You know, they tell me that this immediate area has more millionaires per capita than just about anywhere in the world.
Boy, that was a really tasty meatloaf you made, Pop. That was really good meatloaf, wasn't it, Wilma?
Friend of mine, he gave me the recipe, old Mexican recipe. Yes, sir. You know, I found it pretty expensive shopping here at first, but then after a while, when I got to know my way around...
Pop, there's something I want to say. I've been thinking back about a lot of things, and I realized that I was upset about a lot of things that aren't very important.
Well, that's pretty natural, perfectly natural, Wilma. Everybody's got his ups and downs. It's a big job running a house and raising a family.
Yes, I guess, but I'm just not going to be as compulsive as I was about things. I've given up sewing as a hobby.
What Wilma means, Pop, is that your room is available again.
Your bed is back.
And it looks like it's going to be a hot summer, so there'll be plenty of watering. What we're saying is, whenever you get tired of the desert, we miss you, Pop.
We really do.
Well, thanks very much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, Wilma. But, you know, as a matter of fact, I'm thinking of buying this house. Going to have a word pretty soon with the old lady who owns it. She's getting along, and it's a very nice little place. And I imagine that you and Dunk will want to come down and get out of the smog for a few days. Of course, I'll be popping up to L.A. for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and assorted days. And then Eric and the boy will be wanting to come down here for weekends. Had an interesting proposition from a fellow the other day. Wants me to run his household and hardware store on Palm Canyon Drive, right next to a Dayton nut shop. Well, I think I might take him up on it. Thanks very much. I appreciate it, really. But I think I'll stay put for a while. Climate suits me fine.
Dear Chris,
The only reason I am writing this letter is so that if you ever go poking into who you are, you'll find this message from your mother. I would like to keep you, but there is just no possible way. I probably shouldn't, but I've got this crazy urge to tell you that even if I did give you away, I liked you a lot. I don't think it's right to say I loved you. People are funny about that word and what it means. So, I'm not sure, but I loved holding you and touching you. Oh, you owed a lot, speaking in prenatal terms, that is, to a certain man, a Mr. Kotch by name. Although that isn't important because he was pretty old already, and I think he'll die pretty soon. Before you would be big enough to even know him, really, if you know what I mean. So I don't know why I'm bringing it up now, Chris. Except Mr. Kotch, this man, was swell to us. He was an awful pain in the ass the way a lot of the time old people are. But he was really swell. I guess he was lonely. And the way I figure it, he was old and ending, and kids and babies were new and just beginning. The one thing he didn't do, I wished he'd do, maybe he was afraid I'd get the wrong impression, was to sometimes touch me. Just once in a while, the way a man does. Take hold of you and make you feel good. Like my brother, uptight old Peter, never did. Well, I guess you get the picture of Mr. Kotch. Oh, P.S. You might just like to know this. He sort of delivered you, which is the technical expression for helping when you're born. I won't go into all this. It's pretty complicated why. But I must say that for not being a doctor, and all thumbs otherwise, old Mr. Kotch did quite a job in the emergency. Absent a few marbles, maybe. But conditions being more favorable, he'd have made you one hell of a grandfather.
Hey, Kotch, you had supper? Vamos a vacilar.
Come on, come in.
Come on, let's go do something someplace. Go have a couple of beers, maybe. Vamos a batallar por ahí.
How's that again?
Raise a little hell. Conseguimos dos viejas.
Ein Moment.